Hello, everybody. Give everyone a moment to log in. We're gonna get started with our quick meeting. Today's an exciting day. We're about to start school, so excited to see each and every one of you. Give everyone a hot second to jump in, and we'll get started. All right, just a few more moments. For those of you that are watching at home, or maybe you're at work or in passing, we will record this session in order for us to repost on Facebook and also on YouTube later for those who may be working or in between at this time. So again, Dr. Diggs, building principal for Hardin Middle School, super excited. Please excuse me dressing down today. We were building quite a few pieces and that needed to be in classrooms for tomorrow. Some good work that's happening. So I apologize for dressing down, but today's a great day. Looking forward to tomorrow. All right, admit a few more people to the room. Let's move this out the way. All right, give it another minute, then we'll start. All right, and as we are falling in, I will share my screen. All right, one moment, we'll grab this one. All right, there we go. Let me do that, move this over. There we go. Move that over. There we go. All right, so team, let's get started. Again, Dr. Diggs, building principal for Hardin. Again, I can't speak as much as I would like about how excited, proud, eager for us to start school tomorrow. Obviously, it's under a different time. You know, we have a lot of challenges ahead of us, but what our staff has been able to do has been incredible. For example, we've been able to create a brand new master schedule in a matter of days. And then after that, we were able to navigate the technology pieces, you know, being sure that we can master in time, you know, having webcams, different types of devices in classrooms to reach our virtual students. And as I have conversations with teachers and staff, I am even more amazed every day that goes by their hard work and also their flexibility to make this happen. But in addition to that, I've received numerous emails from our students. Those emails are filled with excitedness for themselves. You know, they're ready to come back. They're ready to connect with their teachers that they've missed over the break. So a lot of excitement all around. So without further ado, I don't want to take a bunch of your time, but I do think it's important for us to talk about openly what this looks like for our virtual students. I've had several Zoom meetings in regards to the in-person experience, but at this time, we haven't had that opportunity to dive deeper into the virtual space. So before I get into that, you should have received a s'more this morning with a few logistical pieces, some frequently asked questions, and then down further, some nuts and bolts. There is a video that we created for a virtual tour. At this time, we don't have that meet and greet your teacher virtual tour experience, but what we did is that we created a short video. In addition to, I shared with you the map of the building. That way, when your young person has the schedule in front of them, they're able to see where the classes generally are and also where the bigger places might be. And then on the first day, which is tomorrow, we'll have our teachers out in hallways directing your young person on where to go and how to not miss their class, okay? And so then also furthermore in the s'more ascent today, follow us on Twitter. We're posting information on there as well as some tips and tricks for our virtual students. So if I may, I would like to start with that. So a few tips and tricks for our virtual kiddos to be successful in this space. I listed about 6 things that I would like for them to be mindful of. Number 1 is to create a daily routine. Now, with your schedule, it follows the normal day-to-day schedule here at school. We also give you a lunch, virtual kids. So create a routine, create a schedule, wake up at a particular time, ready to go, ready to log in. Also build in some breaks, for you to walk about your homes, use the restroom. But what's important, at least for me, is that when we went onto quarantine in the spring, it was important for me to develop a schedule that incorporated a little bit of outside time. So what I did with my kids and my boys is that we walked around, we walked down the street. There's like this little construction area where they're building a bigger park. And so that's something that we did for us. And this would look different for you. In addition, I would encourage you to find, if possible, a quiet place for you to do your work, for you to do your learning. That way you can just dive deeper into what your teachers are teaching through this virtual space. Number 2, some tips and tricks for the virtual piece is to don't be shy. Ask questions. As you're learning, we're learning too. All right, number 3, again, take breaks, develop that routine, incorporate some outside time. Number 4, make sure you're well rested. So please don't stay up late at night playing Fortnite or Minecraft. Give yourself a break. That way you're ready to go the next day for your teachers to receive you. Number 5, I encourage you to take notes. So if that's on a phone, a device, notepad, maybe a bigger notebook, find a way to take notes because that'll help on the asynchronous pieces of learning. And then last but not least, tips and tricks for our virtual kiddos is to do this. Hey, be flexible. It's okay. And also be patient. Technology sometimes doesn't work the way we would like it to. There's a learning piece that we have there as well. So give yourself some grace. We'll get through that piece together. All right, so a few more things for our virtual students. After this Zoom, I will send you by grade level information specific to your grade. So for example, for our virtual team of 7th grade teachers, you will have Mr. Martin in ELA, who is our long-term sub for Ms. Ippenson. You'll also have Ms. Umfleet for science. Then you have Mr. Fisk for world history, and then Mr. Bell for math 7. And then virtual students, for your electives, you will Zoom straight into the classroom with your teacher and also your peers. So you'll be a part of that class. Now, your core content areas, those predominantly will be solely virtual, okay? Now, in addition to what I'll send you after this Zoom meeting, will be your schedule, which will be just like in person, and then also just some things to expect in this virtual space. So furthermore, one thing to expect, number 1, students arrive on time. 2, we'll give you logistics on how to log in with your username. Also, be prepared, be ready to go. All right, try to have everything with you all at one time. And then also something to be expecting in this virtual space is to be respectful, be kind, be nice. Everything that we do online can be seen the world over, so be careful. Something that I would tell my students before this year is to is to think twice, click once. So for example, if we're thinking about making a poor choice, think twice if this is something you want to follow you for eternity. So with that said, I'm gonna send you a lot of good details that your teachers have compiled to log into the Zooms, to get into your Google Classroom, and then also some things to be successful. Now, that's for 7th grade. For my 8th grade students, you have also your own virtual team. You have Ms. Dannebrink for ELA, Ms. Seiler for science, Ms. Fisk for history, and then also Ms. Wagaman for math 8. And then same with my 7th graders, virtual students, your electives will be all access, meaning you will just jump into the classroom right along with those in-person students. Now, if you're taking, let's say, for example, pre-algebra or algebra 1, that in itself is all access. So on your schedule, you'll see details for that as well, to jump in with the Zoom, to jump into that class that is in person. Now, I got a good question the other day about your schedule. Virtual students, on your schedule, you're going to see all your classes. Now, some of your classes, you're going to see a room number. This is not a room number within your own house, but it is the room number of the class that you're zooming into. So what I would do is disregard the room number because we're going to zoom in because we're all access and also we are virtual. Now, just to let you know, within Hardin, I believe we have a unique opportunity during this time starting tomorrow. We have over 250 students in the virtual space. So that is why we created 2 virtual teams, one dedicated for 7th graders and another one for our 8th graders. And then for the electives and depending on the academic lab, you're going to all access into those, okay? Now, furthermore, if you have any questions moving forward or maybe some other logistical pieces, please don't hesitate to reach out to your teachers, reach out to your administrators, counselors, and many students have already been contacting me, which is quite all right. One more thing before we move forward into the in-person experience, our virtual students may find themselves needing tech support. So in the SMORE sent today, I believe I gave details on how to reach out for tech help. So for virtual students, if you need technology help, what you can do is email techhelpdesk@stcharlessd.org. Again, that is techhelpdesk@stcharlessd.org. Or you can give them a phone call at 636-443-2958. One more time, if there's a need for tech help for the virtual students, that is 636-443-2958. Utilize them, utilize their help if we're having difficulty either getting in or connecting things together, or you have trouble with your Chromebook, please reach out to them. They're here for you. Now, that leads me to another piece. If you have not received your Chromebook yet, you still have an opportunity to get it. You can either A, come up to the building, our secretaries in the main office will be able to help you, or on tomorrow, what we're gonna do is that we're gonna pull a master list and find out which students have not grabbed their Chromebook yet, whether you're in person or virtual. And we're gonna touch base with you as quickly as possible to get you your devices and also take care of the other logistics, whether it's waivers, insurance, stuff like that. So if you have not received your Chromebook yet, don't worry, we still have it to give to you. And we're gonna do that and hopefully try to knock that out before the end of the week. That way you have all of your equipment, okay? Now, furthermore, I would like to talk about the in-person experience, if I may. And I believe the chat function of our Zoom is active. So if you have any questions, I can grab a few of those before we log out. But when it comes to in-person, so if you're taking the bus, awesome, come to school. You'll probably get here close to 7 o'clock. If you're being dropped off, that's great too. The same procedure will be in the front of the building. There's a little drive in the front of the building for you to be dropped off. And then if you walk, that's great too. That means that you won't have any issues getting here on time. Now, for my bus riders, your bus will drop you off in one of 3 places around the building, either towards the front by the flagpole, the back side, or around the rear. The purpose of this is to spread out students as they enter the building. Once you come into the building, you will either have 1 or 2 options. Either A, go straight to class, get there as quick as you can, or B, go get some breakfast. The breakfast will be hot if you want a hot option, or it can be cold if you want that too. So once you come into the building, students, whether you are dropped off, you walk, or take the bus, come in, either go straight to class, or come in and go to our cafeteria for breakfast. For students who choose breakfast, you will stay there until about 7:15-ish. That'll give you enough time to eat, enough time to take the self-assessment, and then we'll dismiss you from there to go to class. Also, For students that go directly to class, it is important that you take the self-assessment. My team developed a form in which you can just check, yes or no on particular questions, which I shared, I believe, a few times at home. And basically, it's questions as of, fever, cough, things of that nature that align directly with COVID-19. Okay. For those young people that answer yes, myself and one of the administrators may come see you and further investigate. We might go by the nurse just to see how things are going. And then we'll send you back to class if there isn't further need of concern, if that makes sense. Furthermore, we will have teachers out in force directing you where to go. That way you won't be lost. Your schedule is amazing. My counselors are rounding out the details for that. It's going to be a great day. I really do believe that. If you have any questions moving forward, please let me know, because I believe we're all in this together. And for us to be successful and also to get to the next day, it's going to take all of us. So with that said, wear your mask. Also adhere to social distancing. And speaking of social distancing, all of your teachers have spaced out their desks in accordance to the class size and also for us to achieve the proper distance between young people. In addition to that, during lunch, we have created 3 lunches instead of 2, and we have distanced the students within our lunch space. And also we will assign students areas in which they can sit. That'll be done on the first day. And in addition to that, there will be opportunities for students to either eat in the cafeteria or eat in the commons for a period of time. That way we're able to track who is going where. Now, there was a good question earlier about going to the restroom. Let me admit. For students that need to go to the restroom, you can still utilize the restroom by going to your teacher first. So for example, we're not going to be able to go in between class, but go to your next class, let your teacher know of the need, and then they'll write you a pass to go at that time. For students who need to utilize the nurse is still available. But again, go to your teacher will give you a pass, and then you can come on down. Parents, I want to reach out to you real quick and just say thank you. Thank you for this opportunity in trusting Hardin Middle School as we get through this different time that we have. We appreciate everything you have done for us. And also, thank you for your donations. They have been incredible. The towels that have been dropped off, thank you. Please keep those coming. Also, the laundry detergent and bleach for us to clean those towels. Thank you for that as well. We can use a few more. But in addition to that, if there are any parents who are able to donate other items to clean or for masks or hand sanitizer, we would love to utilize that as well in order for us to have that in our classrooms. So again, I am super excited, very proud to be your principal, and it's going to be good. It's going to be great. There's a few questions that I wanted to get into real fast. If I can find those. There we go. Come back. There we go. All right, so one of the questions was, hey, are these classes with their own teacher assigned to virtual students or just live stream of the in-person class? Great question. Well, it's going to be a mix. So if you are virtual, then your core classes, depending on whatever math class you're in, is going to be dedicated with all virtual students. Now, depending on your elective, you will have that to be all access, meaning you will be in a physical class virtually with in-person students. Okay, so thank you for that question. Let me see if there's any others. Okay, and if there's anything else that comes to mind, just let me know. Reach out to your administrators and counselors. But team, we can do this. I'm excited. The reason why I'm dressed down, again, I apologize, is we were finishing up a few plaques. We were rounding out our hand washing stations. We put down decals on the floor for social distancing. We also divided up the hallway to go left and right. We're working hard, but we know it's for a good reason. We want to be sure that we can keep our kids safe, protect our teachers, and then also keep the doors open. That's my goal, and I know that we can do it. Until the time that we meet again, I appreciate all of you who are on the call. This, again, will be recorded. I'll post this on Facebook as well as on our YouTube link. Got another question. My first class of the day is health, and it doesn't have a room number. I couldn't find it on the map. So where do I go for this? Hey, great question. So what I would do is I would head towards the gym. All right. Inside the gym, we also have a health class connected to it. Okay. We'll show you how to get there. We have an amazing physical education department. They'll take care of you. But I'm glad that you asked that question. For students who are entering the gym for their PE class or their health class, we're going to ask the students to hit the hand sanitizing pump as they enter the space and also as they leave the space. That way we're being cognizant of health and safety by getting to the pumps. Okay, great question. All right, thank you. I got another one. So when will virtual students get instructions for the first day, links, etc.? I will send that to you right after this. I have the drafts sitting in my inbox. Thank you to the teachers that put that together. I'll send that out as soon as I can get off of this. A good question. All right. Any other questions through the chat? And if you have anything else, after this is over, again, don't feel free to reach out. Do we know the lunch schedules, times, and what period do they follow? Great question. So if you're at home, you also have a lunch period. That is going to be during your 5th block. With us adding another lunch to 5th block, what that looks like is you have lunch A, lunch B, and lunch C. So when you get to your 5th block class, your teacher will let you know what lunch you're in. So for example, I can be really rough with this. If you're a 7th grader, you're either lunch A or lunch B. If you're an 8th grader, you're lunch B or lunch C. To be sure to spread out the students, we have that middle lunch as a blending between 7th and 8th grade. But exactly which one you're in, you'll find that out tomorrow during your 4th block class. Your 4th block teacher will show you the diagram, walk you through the lunch process, and also tell you which one you go to, either lunch A, B, or C. All right, great question. So we have a mom. I've been getting emails from individual teachers today, virtual learning, and I'm feeling better and better. Thank you all. Miss Cassie, I cannot take credit for that. It's all the teachers. Like, they've been working incredibly hard, creating like demo Zoom lessons, creating like demo, okay, where's the camera? Where's the computer? Where's the smart board? Like, they've been working on this tirelessly for quite a few days. So I will send your thank you to them. I can't take credit for that, but it's all on them. They've been doing an incredible job making this work and also getting us to Thursday. So I would give that to them. Thank you to them. Any other questions through the chat? All right, again, these are good. All right, going once, going twice. Again, I have a lot of virtual information that I will email out at the end of this. 7th and 8th grade, you'll get your own info. A s'more went out earlier today with some details. But guys, here we are, and we can do it. And I'm super excited as your principal. So you all have a great and wonderful day. I'll see you tomorrow. Bring a mask. Wear your mask. See you then. Have a great day. Bye-bye.